What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, thanks for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to be installing an intake and an exhaust on my MK6 GTI, so stay tuned. Now, I'm not really going to do a step-by-step how to install the intake because there's plenty of videos out there for that. So what I'm going to do is show you what it sounds like stock versus after it's installed, so we can get some good sound comparisons and a little bit of driving comparisons. And if you're following along on the channel, you'll see the benefits in the quarter mile times, before and after, with tuning, without tuning, all that good stuff. So make sure you follow along. So let's go ahead, head on over to the bench and check out this intake. All right, so let's open up this bad boy. I haven't even really looked at it, but ooh, packing peanuts.
A few moments later.
Got it all unpacked. We got the filter, intake tubes, the intake box, the couplers, and then also this is like a little breather valve for one of the hoses that is connected to the bottom of the air intake. This does not come with the kit. I had to order this. I think it was an extra 20 or 30 bucks, but good to have. Just plugs right in. But there you go. I'm going to go ahead and install this, and shouldn't be too hard. I've heard that it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you need to find an install video on that, just search on YouTube. But if I find any tips or tricks to help me out, I will share those. But I think it's pretty straightforward.
Eventually.
All right, there it is. Nice and clean install, super easy. Took me about an hour and 15 minutes. That's scrambling, looking for tools. I did struggle a little bit trying to get this tube off here. I guess if you look on here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's two little things. You just push it, and then that's how that pops off of there. But I struggled with that. And then I also struggled aligning this hole here. There's two brackets, so there's the bracket for this tube here and then a bracket for the box thing. But to line up those holes, the holes were a little bit off center, I guess, or I don't know. But all I ended up doing was just taking a drill bit, making the hole bigger, and then that fit perfectly fine. So there we go. Now we just got to hook up the camera to the car, do some driving for sound bites, and then do a little bit of revving and show you guys what it sounds like.
One eternity later.
So here's a look at the stock one. I still got the O2 sensor in that. I'll have to put that in the new one. But looking in here, you can kind of see it's got some blockage. Got that. You got the cat there, and then a straight pipe. So here's a good look at it. Completely open. Nice welds. Stainless steel. Looking good. Now here's an idea. This is the downpipe size to the stock size, so there's a pretty big difference.
2 hours later.
So it's time for the first startup. It's going to be a little bit skewed just because it's in my garage, but I'm going to go ahead, set you guys up on the tripod back here. I'm going to start it, and let's hear what it sounds like. I will remind you that this is only the downpipe. So this is only the arm downpipe that we have installed. I'm still going to do the REV9 catback exhaust, no mufflers installed on this, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to install that later in this video. Well, I mean, basically after this. Anyways, I'm going to set you guys up. Let's hear what it sounds like. So honestly, it's not much louder, but I think once we take it for a ride, it's going to be a lot more louder. But not too loud. I will put you guys right up here and we'll go for a ride. Hopefully the sound conveys and doesn't get all wind distorted, but it does sound a little bit more rambly. But I think once we take off this stock exhaust and put the REV9 on here, it's going to be way more louder. But let's go ahead, go for a drive. The bat, you can hear the turbo way more, and the blow-off valve, well, not blow-off valve, but you know what I mean. You can hear the turbo, and you can hear that sound from the diverter valve. But I wouldn't say it's like super loud though. It's not as loud as I thought it was gonna be, but it's a decent loud. But I definitely think adding that REV9 catback with no muffler is definitely gonna help it out. Because I really want it to sound like it has an exhaust. Like right now, it sounds cool when you wide open throttle, but like not nearly as loud as I want it to be, if we're being honest.
The next day.
All right, it is the next day. Finally, the REV9 catback exhaust has arrived. As you can see, it does not have the mufflers, but it comes with 3 of the exhaust clamps, 2 nice shiny tips, pretty big, and then 2 parts of the exhaust. So let's go ahead, install that on the car, and let's hear what it sounds like. Dude, yeah dude, that's definitely what I'm talking about. Now it's much louder, and that's much more like it. That's what I was looking for. What do you think?
Good.
We need to do some revs and do a little bit of driving around and show everybody what it sounds like?
Yeah!
Yeah, dude. All right, let's go for a cruise.
Yep. Bonus footage. I'm gonna give you cold start up on this thing. So let's go ahead, set you up on the tripod. Let's hear this thing start first thing in the morning.